There are a few things in my life that have flowed very well. I came from a family that had many more issues than normal. Growing up, my mom and dad weren't good co-parents, but they did the best they could. I grew up in a family where we didn't have money. I lived with my dad from the time I was 4.5, and my brother was about 3.5 years old. He wasn't the best dad, but he did the best he could. My dad suffered from drug and alcohol addiction, and growing up without our mom, it was very difficult. My dad, my little brother, and I would go and dig bottles out of trash cans in public so we could eat that night. It wasn't an easy upbringing. For over 5 years, we struggled with money, keeping a home, and having enough food to eat. When I was about 10 years old, my mom got custody of my younger brother and I. Living with her, money wasn't the problem. The problem was not being in a structured and supportive home. But that wasn't her fault. It was the life she had lived with her parents. I used to try and talk my way out of school, or out of going to school or doing any schoolwork. I used to skip class and get in-school suspensions all the time. I don't think I knew this at the time, but my life was spiraling out of control. At the very start of my freshman year, I decided to move back in with my dad, probably subconsciously to escape the chaos, but it didn't work. The chaos had become a part of me. At the beginning of freshman year, I had gotten into a fight with a boy who was a grade ahead of me. It ended up with me in a big uproar with a school resource officer. One thing led to another, and all of a sudden, I was getting suspended for 10 days. After those 10 days were up, I had to go back to that school. I regretted it because it was embarrassing and played right into my anxiety with school. When I had gone home that night, my dad had said that he thought I had needed to switch schools. And I was anxious because I'm not good at making new friends or talking to new people, but I gave in and had my last day at that school and started to go to Thornton Academy. When I started, I was in a special education class to help me with my anxiety and anger. I was still a mess. I skipped school, and I called teachers I cared about names like I didn't have any respect for them. One day, I realized if I didn't stop acting out, I'm not going to make it in the future, and that I'm going to fail. And I won't be able to give my own kids the things they want or need, like I never had. They would have to watch me struggle like I watched my mom and dad all those years. I didn't want to repeat the cycle, so I started small. Little by little, sophomore year, it got a little better. I started getting better grades, got in trouble less. Before, I wasn't letting myself grow into who I could be. Before, I wasn't letting myself push myself to reach my full potential. I finally took control of my own life and got out of my own way, and now I'm in my junior year. I have had straight A's all year. I am in half special education and half mainstream classes, and now I feel like I am here for a reason. I have all I could ask for. My dad got sober and has been the best dad he could since he lost custody of us children. Since the start of my life was so difficult, I understand what it means to be beyond grateful for where I am. I realize that I am worth so much more. I am going to make it, and I can be better than my parents. I just simply want to be able to look back at my life and say that I did it, that I found my flow. It is still a work in progress. I am still a work in progress, but we all are. And we can all find our flow if we never give up. I am better than I was. I will be better than I am. I know everyone's story is different, and what helped me might not be what helps you, but never forget to always move forward. Thank you.